There are tales that ripple through time like wind across a still lake. One such tale begins in November of 1971 with a man known to history and infamy as D.B. Cooper. He boarded Northwest Orient Airlines Flight 305 at Portland International Airport in Oregon with the swagger of a man who'd read the end of his own story and liked it. He had purchased a one-way ticket to Seattle under the alias Dan Cooper. Neatly dressed in a black suit and tie and cool-tempered, he carried a briefcase packed not with ambition, but with explosives and a plan, a hijacking, a ransom, a parachute, and then silence. The world remembers that he vanished into a curtain of clouds, but they forget what lurked behind that curtain. Cooper didn't land in Nevada nor Oregon. He floated down through a writhing mist into the rugged wilderness of southwestern Washington state, his chute snagging on a fire-split spruce overlooking a noisy creek above a deep ravine. Bones aching, disoriented, he limped into the wilderness. Wishing he still had that fifth of Jack and pack of smokes he had purchased earlier that day, he thought he'd escaped with his loot, but soon realized he had landed a long way from civilization. Deep in the wilderness, not where he intended at all. But unbeknownst to him, he was trespassing in the home of something he had only heard rumors of. Suddenly, the trees grew quieter. The wind refused to blow, and the terrible smell of rotten ass floated through the air. And then he heard it, branches splintering like ribs beneath a hunter's footfall. A low breath, a musk that smelled not of animal, but of memory, ancient and unkind. It was then Cooper realized he was being watched. The forest had a guardian, not carved from legend, but of flesh and nightmare, big, tall, hairy, and stinky, and at this moment very pissed off. Suddenly, a Bigfoot, cloaked in moss, eyes shimmering with ancestral fire, moved out of the trees and towards him. It did not roar, but instead broke wind with its arse like a trumpet with a hint of trombone, the sound piercing the silence of the night. D.B., frozen at this point, completely paralyzed by fear, tried to run. The creature it did not chase. Instead, it stood watching the man who thought he could steal and vanish, suddenly soil himself while trembling with fear and stumbling about. Then Cooper began to move, not toward rescue, but deeper into the cursed, root-bound trails and creeks that hadn't seen sunlight since the glacier's retreat, the savage beast in pursuit. Some say the briefcase of ransom money was found, chewed, and scattered like bones near the mouth of a cave. Others claim it's buried beneath a cairn marked by oversized footprints and a broken parachute line. But in truth, Cooper was swallowed up by a land that never forgets and whose inhabitants don't take kindly to strangers dropping in from the skies smartly dressed with loads of cash. The Sasquatch struck once cleanly, like a bolt of primal justice. Cooper's final breath was less a scream and more a whisper, an apology to a forest that answers to no man. So remember, my friends, if you ever walk near a noisy creek and hear nothing at all, be afraid. You are not alone. You are in the domain of Bigfoot, and if he catches you, he will kill you, just like D.B., as not only does he not take kindly to thieves falling from the sky, but also to those who trespass in his wilderness sanctuary, beating on trees with clubs, call blasting and hanging game cameras on every third tree. He really hates that shit. Please like, share, and subscribe for more great videos just like this one.